The Ōnin War, sparked by the succession dispute within the Muromachi shogunate, is recognized as a major internal conflict that marked the onset of the Warring States period. This war engulfed Kyoto in flames, shook the centralized authority, and accelerated the rise of regional powers. In this conflict, love, ambition, and power struggles intertwined, creating a pivotal turning point that deeply influenced Japan's social structure. The origins of this great upheaval lay in the succession issue concerning the eighth shogun, Ashikaga Yoshimasa. Struggling with illness, Yoshimasa needed to decide on his successor early. Though he considered his younger brother, Yoshimi, for the position, his wife, Hino Tomiko, strongly desired that their son, Yoshihisa, become shogun. Tomiko's maternal affection eventually grew into a political struggle, significantly impacting Yoshimasa's decision. Hino Tomiko, intent on securing Yoshihisa's path to shogunate, sought the support of Hosokawa Katsumoto, a powerful warrior with substantial influence over the shogunate. Katsumoto, a leading samurai under the shogunate, accepted Tomiko's appeal and supported Yoshihisa. However, in response, another prominent daimyo, Yamane Suzan, rallied behind Yoshimi. This formed the factional split between the Hosokawa and Yamane clans, plunging Kyoto into a fierce internal war. The Ōnin War, ignited by Tomiko's maternal affection, evolved into a massive clash between two powerful factions. As Hosokawa and Yamane forces faced off, warriors across the country joined respective sides, turning the Ōnin War into a nationwide conflict. The streets of Kyoto were ravaged by fire, and the once beautiful cityscape lay in ruins, leaving many civilians suffering amidst the chaos. This war became more than just a succession dispute, creating an opportunity for power holders across Japan to expand their influence. The rivalry between Hosokawa Katsumoto and Yamane Suzan greatly impacted Japan's political structure. Initially, both men supported the shogunate, working together to maintain its stability. However, the succession dispute made them rivals, each championing their chosen shogunate successor. The conflict spread beyond individual rivalry, affecting the samurai society as a whole, with regional daimyo expressing allegiance to different factions, further intensifying the civil war. Samurai throughout Japan saw the Ōnin War as a chance to secure and expand their own territories and influence. With the centralized shogunate's power wavering, various daimyo acted to defend and grow their domains, leveraging the conflict to strengthen their hold. This escalated the Ōnin War beyond Kyoto to a nationwide scale, laying the groundwork for the Warring States period. This war catalyzed the independence of regional daimyo, as they moved beyond loyalty to the shogunate to pursue autonomous power. In the Ōnin War, intense combat led by Yamane Suzan and Hosokawa Katsumoto engulfed Kyoto's urban areas, terrorizing the people. The battle became a drawn-out stalemate, dragging on without a decisive end. The prolonged conflict paralyzed Kyoto's commerce and cultural activities, leaving the city in devastation. This war's impact on civilians and its economic blow to Kyoto were profound. One significant effect of the Ōnin War was the collapse of authority and a shift toward decentralization. The weakening of shogunate control dissolved the centralized governance, allowing regional daimyo to amass their own power. This shift plunged Japan into the fractured era known as the Sengoku period, where autonomous rule was established across domains. The Ōnin War's role as the starting point of the Sengoku period stems from this very shift toward decentralization. Initially sparked by the shogunate succession issue, the Ōnin War saw samurai from both central and regional factions vying for power, leaving Kyoto in ruins. This war marked the shogunate's decline in authority and the onset of a time when regional daimyo sought independence. The Sengoku period arose as daimyo moved to fill the power vacuum, gradually accumulating strength as feudal lords across the land. The Nambokucho period arose from a split within Japan as Emperor Go-Daigo and Ashikaga Takauji clashed over imperial succession. Go-Daigo overthrew the Kamakura shogunate to pursue his vision of imperial rule. However, many samurai opposed his vision. The resulting divide led to a civil war between the northern court, supported by Takauji, and the southern court, loyal to Go-Daigo. While Go-Daigo's reforms aimed for an idealistic government under imperial authority, they alienated samurai by disregarding their traditional rights and autonomy. His centralizing policies clashed with the local autonomy that samurai valued, driving influential figures like Takauji to resist and establish their own power bases. In 1336, Takauji founded the northern court in Kyoto, rallying samurai support against the southern court led by Go-Daigo in Yoshino. This division ushered Japan into the Nambokucho period, with both courts claiming legitimacy. This era saw extensive conflicts across Japan, as samurai aligned with either court, escalating local power struggles and setting the foundation for the Warring States period. The Nambokucho conflict expanded as regional lords seized the opportunity to increase their domains and power by exploiting the dispute between the courts. As a result, the conflict evolved beyond a succession dispute, spreading nationwide and solidifying the Sengoku era's foundation. The conflict between the northern and southern courts can be compared to Europe's religious wars and civil conflicts, where disputes over religion and succession gained the backing of local rulers, leading to widespread warfare. The Nambokucho period similarly involved samurai pursuing their interests, extending the conflict and building the basis for the Sengoku period. Finally, Ashikaga Yoshimasa played a key role in ending the Nambokucho conflict. As a powerful figure in the shogunate, he sought to reconcile the imperial family and samurai. Through diplomatic skill, Yoshimasa succeeded in merging the northern and southern courts, restoring unity to Japan. Yoshimasa achieved this unity by persuading Emperor Go-Komayama to abdicate in favor of the northern court, solidifying a new order between the imperial and samurai factions. This marked a major turning point, stabilizing the Muromachi shogunate and bringing peace to Japan. The consolidation of the northern and southern courts marked the beginning of a new era, strengthening the samurai's power and the Muromachi shogunate's foundation. The regional forces that emerged during the Nambokucho period evolved into the Sengoku daimyo, establishing their independence across Japan. Yoshimitsu's unification of the courts fundamentally transformed Japan's governance. The Nambokucho conflict gave rise to samurai dominance, reshaping Japan's political landscape. Through Yoshimitsu's leadership, the unified courts brought order, enabling Japan to develop under a stable regime. Yoshimitsu's legacy extended beyond politics, deeply influencing Japanese culture and arts. His era saw the integration of aristocratic and samurai cultures, manifesting in the refined Kitayama culture. Yoshimitsu built the Golden Pavilion, Kinkakuji, in Kyoto, symbolizing Kitayama culture's splendor, inspiring admiration for its beauty. The Golden Pavilion represented Yoshimitsu's ideal and cultural pinnacle. Its gilded exterior radiated grandeur, symbolizing the shogunate's authority and Japan's aspirations toward international prestige. Yoshimitsu's diplomacy and policies boosted Japan's economy and culture, initiating trade with Ming China. Through his policies, Yoshimitsu launched Japanese-Ming trade, deepening ties with China. This trade brought silk, ceramics, tea, and other Chinese goods, enriching Japanese culture and lifestyle. Economic benefits from this trade empowered the samurai class, fueling their influence in cultural pursuits. The prosperity spurred by Ming trade solidified Yoshimitsu's authority domestically and internationally. The sophistication of Kitayama culture was evident in the arts Yoshimitsu patronized. Particularly no theater, refined by Kanami and Zimi, thrived under Yoshimitsu's support, producing the foundational text, Fushikaden, the flowering spirit. No became an essential part of samurai education, and its aesthetics of yugen, subtle beauty, continue to influence Japanese arts today. Yoshimitsu also promoted the tea ceremony, laying the groundwork for what would become a hallmark of Japanese culture. Introducing Chinese tea culture, Yoshimitsu nurtured tea practices among samurai and aristocrats alike, embedding quietude and Zen ideals into tea rituals. In his era, tea became symbolic of disciplined etiquette and a refined spirit.